It's George from Joint Effort here with our latest FAFQ, which is our frequently asked fitness questions. The question I want to answer today is, should I be exercising if I have osteopenia or osteoporosis? So this is obviously something that we deal with all day, every day in our facility, since we only work with people over the age of 50, mostly being women. So it affects women vastly more than it affects men. But obviously, so you should be strength training, or I wouldn't be making this video. And it's one of the only ways that you can improve your strength, your bone strength naturally. So yes, you can take medications, but most of our clients who have come to us as a result of being diagnosed with osteopenia or osteoporosis have said, I want to try this because I really don't want to add another medication onto my list, or I don't want to take any medication at all for those that don't, that aren't on any medications already. So they heard that strength training was a potential way to slow this process down, stop it, and even reverse it. So they gave us a try and they ended up doing so. So why is strength training so important? It is, again, a natural way that you can improve your bone strength. And at the same time, as you're improving your bone strength, you're also improving your muscular strength, your balance, your posture, your gait, your really everything. So there are so many other benefits to to choosing strength training as a remedy for these conditions, because your overall functionality is just going to get better as well. So just much better than only taking the medication. Don't get me wrong, medication is important, and if that's your only way of doing this, by all means do so. But if you can strength train as well, you're going to get all those other benefits. So obviously encourage that. So how it affects the bone is every time your muscles contract against resistance, so anything up over and above your own body weight, your muscles contract, get shorter, obviously. They pull on the tendon, which attaches to the bone, and everything along that kind of process is damaged. So all that soft tissue is damaged, and even the bone tissue. What happens after those sessions is your body says, okay, there was some damage, there's some type of trauma. So we need to go in and repair all of that and make it stronger in attempt to, prevent this from happening again. So your body naturally goes in and makes all of that stronger. So the muscle, the tendon, the bone. So it's very, very, it's a very effective way to improve the bone strength, and also natural again. So obviously, I'm saying, yes, you should be strength training, but am I saying you should go out and start doing what these college athletes are doing? Absolutely not. So as we always recommend at Joint Effort, you want to start very conservatively, just so you prevent any excessive soreness or even potential injury, especially if you have these conditions. So we always recommend doing full body workouts. So that's how we prescribed all of our initial prescriptions. So doing your upper body, your lower body, your arms, so on and so forth. So that's an easy way to do it. And you want to make sure that the sequence in which you're doing it is important as well. So you want to make sure you're doing like a lower body exercise, an upper body exercise, then like a core or balance exercise. So you're not doing like lower body, upper body. That's how excessive soreness happens when you're first starting. That's the last thing we want, right? We want this to be effective, but also not a miserable experience. And some of the movements that you want to be avoiding when you're strength training and you have osteopenia or osteoporosis, if you're just getting started, are any twisting movements. So you see that a lot for people that want to improve their core strength and their balance. So twisting is obviously important, but if you have these conditions, you want to avoid doing that against resistance for the first months, even probably up to close to a year. But am I saying you should improve your core strength? Absolutely, obviously not. There are ways to do it, and there's some isometric movements that you can use to improve your core strength without twisting. The other thing you want to avoid is heavy lifting, where you're bending and flexing or extending your hip, which is putting pressure on your low back. So there are ways to do all of this without actually doing those movements. I know that sounds kind of strange, but there are ways to do it. And what I'll do is I'll just add a couple exercises into the email. You've probably already read the email. That's how you got to this video. So what I'll do is I'll add some examples of those exercises into the email. And so you'll have an idea, and I'll even throw some videos in as well to make this easier for you. But again, there are ways to do it. Every body is different, so you want to obviously take that into consideration. So I would recommend looking for an exercise professional who is, has experience in working with people that have osteopenia or osteoporosis, because that's just going to help you to, have a better likelihood of being successful with this and avoiding, injuries. So getting a thorough evaluation to see what you're able to do from a functional perspective and free of pain, is always a recommendation that we make. So if you have any questions about your specific situation, please feel free to email me at george@jointeffortexercise.com. I'd be happy to help. And that's pretty much all I got. All right. So hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it, and talk to you soon. See ya.